Hello there! Welcome to the Clark side. I am Clark. Before we begin, please remember to chill touch that like button, subscribe to join the Skeleton Crew, and if you enjoy the content on this channel, please check out the links in the description below. It would really mean a lot to us. But with all that out of the way, let us delve back into Ravnica. How are you guys this evening?
Lost.
Lost.
Pretty much.
Lost. Oh, you can't be lost. Well,
Been too long. I'm lost.
We'll get it.
remind you of a little bit. All right. Gray clouds congregate in thick, overlapping sheets, their massive forms stealing the sunlight from your mid-morning. The folks of Winterhaven trudge about their work in shuddering trances of terror. One older gentleman, a man you recognize as Lord Padrick, is in the midst of a purposeful walk in your direction. Clad in blue and white, he steps before you with a look of concern. I trust you are rested and ready. The folks don't look it, but they are considerably relieved that the disembodied hands aren't crawling out of rats' nests, or hanging off their doorknobs, or climbing into their children's cribs anymore. Remember, I have gathered a proper reward once you put an end to all this mess as well. And he looks to the rest of you with kind of this nervous glance.
We'll definitely try to finish off the zombies this time around.
Excellent. I trust you are ready to proceed then?
Indeed.
Everyone else
as
is
we can
ready.
be. Yep.
Good.
Oh.
I see Jake is here. You're just in time.
Yeah.
We are literally just now starting.
Nope.
Just kidding.
JK, JK.
Get memed, kids. On a list of people who have been memed, you guys are all on there.
Oh, whoa.
I like the new Lucky Star picture.
Thank you.
It goes quite well with my kawaii anime girl as well.
That it does.
Unease and apprehension weigh upon your shoulders as you approach the graveyard. Even the air has a contentious feeling to it, similar to walking through water. Within the graveyard, the tombstones are densely packed. 3 mausoleums sit amidst the markers. The soil around some of the graves seems disturbed, and a sickly glow pulses from somewhere near the largest of the 3 mausoleums. It is otherwise quiet. What do you wish to do now?
I know that we're fighting zombies eventually. I'm going to cast protection from evil and good on myself.
A wise decision, I would say.
I'm gonna look around and see if I can see like tracks or anything like they've been through here recently. Like maybe if there's some around us that we're just not seeing. It'd be like perception or survival.
That would be... neither is necessary, actually. You can see that the ground has clearly been disturbed. You see what...
Well, I'm trying to see if there's any around here too that we're just not.
Oh, just perceive. All right. Roll. I'll say roll survival real quick then. Ooh,
Ooh, nice one.
starting off.
There goes my good roll for the night.
Pretty much.
Tonight's the night I die again, guys.
No.
All right, Gideon. You stride forward cautiously along the path. You you get just around the corner of one of the mausoleums, and you see that there are tracks, but it doesn't look like tracks of some feet. It looks like horse tracks and small indentures of as if someone had been trying to crawl away. But no real trail of a body, just like the fingers.
Hmm.
And
That's not awkward.
you do see one pair of rather thinly pointed footsteps in the tracks. Someone was wearing some form of shoe, like there was something definitely sentient walking around.
Bipedal.
Yeah, a bipedal creature.
There wouldn't happen to be any high ground for Nissa, was it, to get on?
There's a tree nearby.
Since that worked so well for us last time.
That did work quite
She
well.
could stand on Andros' shoulders.
I mean, he could carry her.
In all honesty, it's not a bad plan for him to just lift her up into the tree with his trunk every time. And why roll anything to climb when we have an actual elephant with us?
Just toss her up into the tree.
You want to do that?
I didn't necessarily say toss. Like set down gently.
Yeah, there's a tree right over here, and let's see, there's a tree down this way that you can see pretty obviously, and then you see the sickly glow that I was mentioning earlier, kind of peering from around there.
Oh, I actually did just notice that. I was wondering what you meant by sickly glow. It could be that actual glowing thing.
Yes, that thing right over that way.
Alright, well.
Yeah, I'll go up in the tree.
All right, which tree?
Which direction do the footprints go again?
They're kind of scattered all over the place.
Well, I'm not gonna venture too far on my own, so we'll go with the tree closest to us.
All right, Andros, you grab her by the scruff of her pants and kind of fling her up into the tree, into which she nimbly lands on a branch and brings out her bow and arrow. I presume you would. Well, yeah, you bring out your bow and arrow. Why wouldn't you?
Oh yeah. Okay.
MVP.
What do I?
All right. What does everybody else want to do?
So, I'll look at Gideon and be like, should we
like a
venture
crypt,
forth?
right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's a mausoleum.
So we
Can I-
can't see what's inside it right
All
now,
right,
though?
as you guys get right about there,
Like
Can
right
I see
here?
over the mausoleum?
yeah, you can see over the
Okay.
mausoleums. As you reach about the middle of the graveyard, the dead burst from the soil around you and attack.
Wonderful.
Do I have time to get off a spell as it's happening?
Nope. Well, I mean, yeah, it's not a surprise round because they're taking a bit to pop out.
Right.
Can I just like step on them and force them back?
They're like, no,
It's like, no,
no.
get back down there. You're dead. You're supposed to be dead. Stay dead. From beneath the ground, hands claw their way through the soil. You hear the rumbling and the displacement of the dirt as they wrench themselves free. Galloping from the furthest mausoleum, two skeletal horses stand side by side at its entrance, and an elvish woman pops out in red and black from the southernmost mausoleum, all trained with their weapons on you.
Alright, let's get those icons on the board. There. boy. Oh boy.
The elven lady says to you, "You may have stopped the brunt of my forces, but I can still seek revenge upon you. Roll initiative."
Oops. I forgot to click my character.
Woo!
There went my good roll for the night, guys.
Same.
I mean, I've been rolling crappy. Doesn't matter what you pick.
Everybody gets one.
I got originally a 5.
Heck yeah, guys. Bad initiative pales for life.
Alrighty, Mitha. You see all of this unfolding, and with a start, you prepare to fire. Who are you shooting at?
Well, for a start, let's there's some everywhere, huh?
Yes.
Go with the little guys behind us.
Which ones?
I'll go with the closest.
Alright, that one.
Yep. Oh, that was not what I meant to roll, but yeah, no. That's what happened.
Yeah, you miss. The arrow whiffs through, or rather, the crossbow bolt whiffs through the air, and the hand kind of jumps out of the way at just the right time and lands poised and upright, ready to skitter about.
I will try again. I get 2 weapon attacks. Yay! Okay.
Yay.
Do I have to do it with the same one? Because I didn't mean to do it with that one.
Let's see. I believe you get that against something that's within 5 feet of the other creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing within 5 feet of him.
Yeah, that's 10
Oh,
feet.
he's 10
Yep.
feet. Dang it. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Gerhardt, what would you like to do as the hands rise from the grave?
Well, let's see here. Let's do the old standby. Open it up with a frostbolt on this hand.
Which one?
Not frostbolt. Sorry, frostbite. This guy.
Alright.
Still wait to look Warcraft, even though I haven't played it in months.
We come back to this game only to die.
The hand freezes a solid and does not move further.
We could come back to the game and then actually die.
Anything else?
Let's just sit back a wee bit. And my turn there.
Alrighty. Alright, Gideon. Both the war horses come charging towards you. And I'm going to use the mob attack rules. One of them hits and deals...
I have absolutely no idea what mob attack is.
Alright, basically, the mob attack rules are if a certain number of monsters are around you, only some of them just automatic. We don't like, okay, these guys, one of these 2 guys can hit you because of their attack bonus, and we just roll damage and keep going. You take 13 points from the 2 horses working together. The elf points at her bow at Andros and takes a shot. Now, because there's only one of her, she has no specific other elf allies helping her, so she's just going to roll straight. But when all these hands gang up around someone,
Oh boy.
like a few of them will just automatically hit, the rest will miss. And there's like a chart for it. That's to speed things up. Alright, Andros. Here comes a crossbow. Ooh. Ooh. Andros, you take 8 points of damage from the elf as she fires her bow at you.
Damn.
Damn.
Alright. The claws begin to rush forward. Only one of them can get by you at the moment, Janali. So it will just make a straight attack roll.
Okay. It has disadvantage, right?
Yes, it does.
Oh. It hits.
You take 3 bludgeoning as it tries to punch you in the face.
Rude.
Yeah, you
So because it's a concentration
you need to
spell,
roll.
do I
You
lose
need to
it?
roll a Constitution saving throw. And since, let's see, yeah, you're fine. You've maintained your concentration.
Cool.
Gerhardt, 1 moves close to you, and it has to dash to get there.
Okay.
Andros, 2 of them are directly next to you, and they make their rolls. Alright, well, the first one hits. You take 2 slashing damage as it claws your leg. And this other one right here is going to dash to get some extra movement to get right next to you. Andros, what do you want to do now?
What was it? Sorry, it's been forever. I'm trying to remember. Was Thunderclap all around me, radio?
Yeah, Thunderclap was everything right directly next to you. Like, say,
Yep, 5
yeah,
feet.
all those guys right next to you right now.
Alright, well, I'm gonna, do a Thunderclap.
Alrighty. You intone the magic and then stomp your foot on the ground. And just a loud boom erupts around you. And the claws begin to shudder. Alright, we're gonna go clockwise from top all the way around. Ooh. All of them succeed on their saving throw.
Are you serious?
Janali, what will you do?
Do-do-do-do-do. So are these guys considered undead?
Yes, they are.
Horses?
Yeah, those are skeletal horses.
Alright, well, I'm gonna do turn undead.
Alrighty. You present your holy symbol and speak a prayer.
Yo, God. Scare the crap out of these guys.
Alrighty. Let's see, all of them within 30 feet of you is what it says. Let's take a quick look here. Yeah. So those guys, so basically, pretty much all of them except for like this one up near Gerhardt.
Yeah, except so sorry, but all of them.
Alrighty. We'll go with the skeletal war horses first. And your DC's what, 12?
Yes.
Alright, well, both of them have been turned, and they are terrified of your divine power. And now let's see, how many hands is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hands. Alright, here we go. And my internet just cut out. It's been doing that a lot lately, just, randomly cutting out. Unfortunately. I had hoped it wouldn't do anything like that during our recording. Oh wait, here it looks like it's about to come back on. Maybe because something went through. That's one save. That's a fail. It might take it a minute, but in the meantime, yeah, the mob attack rules are on page 250 of the Dungeon Master's Guide. If you guys want to check those out yourself. Depending on how easy it is for a group of monsters to hit someone, when a group of them all attack, you can say, all right, on average, a couple of these guys will be able to hit. And the higher the attack bonus, the fewer creatures it takes to hit. Oh, internet's coming back. Here we go. Any second now. If you use mob... Hey, here we go. Okay, my internet came back.
Alright.
Oh, okay, that's what happened. It's 12:22.
Oh. So not a good night to be losing internet.
Yeah, not a good night to be losing internet. It's been happening like that all week.
I'll push it to 1:30. I can sleep 5 hours.
Awesome. All right, so the first one, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So 1, 2, 3 pass.
So where were all these rolls when Andros was doing something?
I don't know.
Like these jerks couldn't do that then?
All right. I'll say this one failed. This one failed. And this one failed. Alrighty.
Passed?
Passed. Sorry. I meant passed. They were unable to resist your divine power.
Exactly.
Or rather, wait, I'm sorry, that's the other way. They resisted the power. Everything else is frightened.
Cool. And I think that is all I can do.
Awesome.
Now they get to run stirred.
Yes, they all get to run away scared. Gideon, what do you want to do?
I can tell which ones are like about to flee, right?
Yeah, like the skeletal horses buck up, and then
Yeah, so like I'm like smart enough to know.
Yeah.
That they're about to try.
yeah, you're smart enough to know that.
All right. I'm gonna move like right here, and trying to decide exactly if I'm pretty low. I cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
All right.
Gain that sweet, tasty temporary hit points.
Yum.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yummy. Give me my flesh. And then I'm gonna cast, I think my Hexblade Curse is a bonus action, right? It's been a while.
Yeah, your Hexblade's Curse is a bonus action.
And I'll cast it on the bottom. I just lost my roll 20. It's crashing. Oh my god.
The one, are you casting it on the
bottom.
the bottom skeletal horse?
Yes, bottom skeletal horse.
All right, I'll put a little curse marker on him. How's this bleedy looking eye looking?
Then I can't see it. My roll 20.
All right, well that works. All right, Mitha, what do you want to do?
Guys, does it work?
I am gonna help out Andros over there and go for this guy.
All right, roll it. From in your treetop, you knock one more arrow and fire it. The little hand is pierced by the arrow, and sticks to the ground, wiggling, twitching before it finally falls limp.
Yay!
Anything else?
No,
Gerhardt, you are up, and there's a hand trying to literally crawl up your pants. What are you doing?
Ow. No means no. I'm gonna thwack it with my quarterstaff.
Roll it.
Everybody remember that Idle Hands movie?
Oh no.
You have missed.
Yeah. Well, nothing else I can do, so.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Now, I can still, like, make an attack as a reaction on this one as it's about to flee,
That is
right?
correct.
And it would not be able to attack me because it's trying to flee and it's using a dash
Yep.
action, right? Alright, then I'm definitely going to do that as he's running away.
You're welcome.
You're coming in clutch, as the kids are saying these
All right.
days.
Janali and Gideon,
young
it's
one.
provoking opportunity attacks from the two of you. Roll your attacks.
Smack.
Is
Yep.
it? Oh, okay, yeah.
You actually managed to hit with a 13, Gideon. And you do as
That's
well.
quite...
So let's see, that's an extra 2 points of damage, so 15 points from Gideon.
The curse is figured
Okay,
in.
cool.
Yeah, I have it, like, see how it says Longsword Hexblade
Gotcha.
Curse? All that damage is figured in, right?
Oh, and Janali, you're using a mace, right?
Oh wait, they're are they weak to bludgeoning?
Oh, they are.
That was the
They
word I was
are
thinking of.
vulnerable to bludgeoning.
Oh, so he's-
And as
He's
Janali
probably-
yeah.
bashes it, it shatters and crumbles into a pile of dust.
I look at her and say I need to get me one of them.
She'll like stick it around. Be like, yeah, you do. Is that one provoking? Not for, no.
Yeah,
we already
you've
took that
gotten
one,
yours
so-
for the
We
thing.
already had our reactions. Yeah, that guy did not get away from us.
Nope. Alright. The elf maiden, in her spiky, leathery bits of Rakdos fashion, takes aim for Janali and fires her short bow.
Mm. Come
Or
on,
rather,
bad
her
roll.
hand crossbow.
Come on, bad roll. That misses. I'm 18.
Ah, it does miss. Haha. Okay, so
Darn, too bad she's not 30 feet
oh, and she
Well,
hops out and starts to try to run after one of the horses.
away.
Yeah, don't let her do that.
Oh, she's in trouble. I can get to her.
All right, these are all the frightened hands are going to try and skedaddle. So these two are going to move their speed. All right, Andros, you get to attack one of them with a weapon attack because they are. Yep.
Trunk him.
I can't
Trunk
attack
him.
on my trunk.
You can't?
Now you can make an unarmed
No.
strike, but it's
What's your strength?
I believe you also have a
If
dagger.
your strength's at least +1, I think you can actually kill it if you hit it.
yeah,
We've been
it's a
killing him
+1.
with 2 damage.
Wait, sorry, I did that. Wasn't
Either
it?
one of those still hits,
It's
and you killed one.
You've made me so
It runs
proud.
off, and with
So
a quick snap of your trunk like a whip, you pop the hand.
Since the start of this game, one of my wishes was to see you kill something with your trunk.
The hands continue to scuttle away. And these two, however, will run up and against each of you. One of them is going to try and punch you. Alright, Gideon, you're getting punched in the face.
That's fine. If he hits me, he's gonna die a very painful
Yep.
death.
You take
Dang.
6 points of damage, but he instantly,
And he super dies.
as soon as he does, your frosty armor that's coating you suddenly flares up and it freezes the hand solid. Janali, the claw tries to
Alright.
slash at you, and he's got disadvantage, so the 14 definitely misses.
My God.
What is with these 23s though, guys?
It's just, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
This game's hard mode, if only because of the rolls.
Andros,
If only because
what do you want to do? The hands are trying to run away.
Jose.
I'm gonna hit it with my trunk again.
Alright, after snapping at one, you whip around and pop another. Just. Whoop, pop, whoop, pop. And you destroy another hand. You almost hear like kind of this squeal of pain as it crumples up like a spider that's just been squashed. Janali, it's your move. What will you do?
Doesn't sound
I'm going after this one.
Alright. Oh, you're gonna do your little charge, huh?
I am. I get an opportunity.
Yes, you do provoke it, but it's got disadvantage. Yeah, it totally misses.
Yeah, it misses.
You charge forth
Alright.
towards the Rakdos elf.
Why do they all have disadvantage on you?
I have I put a spell on myself, protection from evil and good,
Ah!
and I get an unarmed strike. Ah, cool.
Well, your 17 for sure hits as you rush forward and just bring it across her face in a horizontal arc. But unfortunately, as you prepare to rise up to strike, you kind of have a misstep in one of the holes the undead crawled out of, and just ever so briefly, you are tilted off center and miss with your unarmed strike.
Ew. Lucky. That's all I can do.
Alright. Gideon, what do you want to do next?
I'm gonna just, I guess, kill this hand.
Alrighty.
Seems like the best action.
With a quick slash of your longsword, you slice it right down the middle. 3 fingers on one side, the other 2 on the other, and it flails about in their weird fleshy way and die.
And then I'm gonna go right there.
Mitha, the hands are looking to escape. What will you do?
Oh no, they didn't. We're going to go with the longbow again. We're going for I'm going for the big one.
Alrighty, roll it. That is a definite hit.
Woot! And then I want to go for the little guy right next to him. On the left.
Alrighty, roll that one. That also hits.
Yay!
You pop 2 arrows, let them fly forth. One of them arcs just over far enough to impale a hand into the dirt, and the first one collides with the hip bone of this skeletal warhorse, and now it kind of starts to limp away. Gerhardt, what would you like to do? You crush the hand with one good, sickening thwack of your
Forgot to unmute
quarterstaff.
myself. I'll use a bonus action to cast Healing Word on Andros.
Alrighty. Ooh.
There you go, max health.
7 hit points, Andros. You feel the warmth of nature coursing through you.
Thank you.
No problem.
The skeleton will continue to dash forward. And out the door.
Uh-oh.
The elf will whip around and draw some weapons as she tries to slash at Janali.
Miss. And miss. Or does she? She doesn't get advantage.
No, she does not
right?
get advantage.
She misses.
The remaining frightened claws are going to try and also dash away.
As they should.
They
Be
get her like
scared.
little spiders. And that's all they can do. Andros, what would you like to do?
Let's see.
Did the horse like legit run right off the screen? I looked away for a
Yes,
second.
it did.
Bye, horsey.
I will. I'm gonna fireball the elf lady.
All right.
Firebolt, sorry.
You wave your hands together.
And it
Yep,
missed.
and you accidentally snuff out the flames before you can do anything, and you thrust your hand forward as if to throw a fireball, but it's just smoke.
Womp womp.
Hey, odd question. Can you cast spells from your trunk? Can you imagine casting like Shocking Touch from your trunk?
Yeah, you could I'd say you could deliver him with your trunk, but you do need hands for your actual.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I figured you wouldn't like just let him cast spells while he's like tied up.
Right.
But you know, it'd be way funnier.
Janali.
I guess I could hold the wand in my hand. or in my trunk.
The elf is beside you, Janali. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna bop her on the head. I don't know if that.
That does hit. You once again bash her with your mace. She actually looks like she doesn't even mind it. You can tell she's hurt. But she has this kind of rough and tumble sense to her. She actually looks like she's having a lot of fun.
Well, some respect thrown her way then.
Kinky.
Alright, anything else, Janali?
Did you
I think
have to
that's all
say
I
that?
can do.
Gideon.
I'm sorry, I lost concentration as Pando whispered. You just had to do that, didn't you?
Yep.
That was something you had to say.
Mm-hmm.
He enjoys
Alrighty.
doing these things.
I'm gonna hit her with my glaive.
Alrighty, roll it.
Hold on. No, actually, I'm not gonna do that. Gotcha. Tricked you there, didn't you? Thought I was being serious. I'm just gonna longsword her.
That also hits. She is severely wounded. She looks actually really, really satisfied.
Oh
I don't
God,
like that.
I don't like
Mytha.
that.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, I don't like this either.
I'm going for the little guys.
Alrighty, roll it. Which two?
Going for this. Well, no, I'll go for the one. No.
We're all doing the fake out.
I know, right?
So these two here then?
The theme of the night.
Yeah, the two in the middle.
Alright, roll it. both hit, and both are impaled with a quick snap of your bow.
Cool. Done.
Gerhardt, what would you like to do?
Alright, I'll see if I can't take out the last one with my sling right there.
Alrighty, roll it.
There's another one over here too.
Oh, well, I don't think I can reach that one. Well, I guess I could with Frostbolt.
You want to try it?
But it's gonna be their turn soon, so, you know.
They're just gonna leave.
I probably got a better chance of hitting anyway. Whack.
Ho ho! You do indeed manage to hit with that. You pop it, and it crumples up.
I'm sure the guards can handle a hand. Come on.
Again, they were running around.
The elf drops her weapons and says, I surrender. You've got me. And the last crawling claw scampers off into the distance. Okay, Gideon. She is, now that you've gotten a pretty decent look at her, she is wearing the jagged mask emblem of the cult of Rakdos. And you gather that while they are all about fun and games and hedonistic enjoyment, and they especially love murder, they are, okay, some of them are, have enough sense when, to tone it down. They have some...
But do I trust
her? Oh,
her?
yeah, do you trust her? No.
Like, I don't believe that her surrender is sincere, right?
You believe that her surrender is sincere, but you get the sense that it doesn't even matter. Or at least it doesn't matter to her.
Alright, now, legit, is anybody opposed to just killing her?
Well, we probably could get information out of her
That's
first.
a good point. Let's talk to her first.
Tie her up.
Yeah, we're tying her up and we're taking away all her weapons.
Alright, she has...
I want the hand
Yeah, she has a hand crossbow, she's got some short swords. She also has a letter.
Yeah, I'll take the hand crossbow. If nobody's opposed, that is.
No, you can have it.
I can't use them.
I'll take that letter, though, and I'll read it silently,
Alrighty.
just in case.
One moment, let me pull that letter up.
And I'll share it with everybody. So. I just won't read it out loud. I learned my lesson.
You gonna tell us what's in the letter? No. No, I don't think I will.
I won't, but you can read the letter.
It says, I received your report on the adventurers. Next time you see them, put an end to their meddling. Mix the blood of 10 people with the elixir my messenger brings. Then trace the following pattern on the ground of a graveyard, and pour the liquid into the lines. That should supply you with a force to thwart them. I am very close to completing my work, and cannot be interrupted. As you already know, if you do come to the second level of the keep, the passphrase is, from the ground, some magic was found.
Alright, so we don't need her anymore, right?
From the ground, some magic was
Yes,
found.
that is correct. You sure showed me, she says as she lies there tied up. But you didn't show me how to tie knots. This is very loose. Could you make it tighter?
I'm afraid that won't be necessary.
Hey, can I give a potion to,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll drink it in a second. So we have all the info we need from her because of that letter, right?
I mean, I would still like to know what the glowy bit
Alright,
Exactly.
you talk to her then, I'll drink my potion. And then we'll get down to business afterwards.
Right.
I definitely chug that potion though. Yay, I rolled really low.
Yay!
Good job.
Are you guys proud of me?
So bad.
You're good.
Don't forget, you also got
heard
your
Shrek.
at-will false life.
Oh my god. And I can get 2 more HP from my lay on hands.
Hey, I've got cure wounds as well if you need it.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I'm good. Conserve your spells. My false life is infinite, so
Oh, okay.
I just essentially need to cast it until I get 8 HP.
All right, Janelle, what do you want to ask specifically of the elf?
So I want to know about the glowy thing behind us.
There we go. It took way too long.
I don't know too much about it myself. I was just following instructions.
Can I insight
Yeah, go
that?
ahead. You believe she's telling the truth.
How do we get rid of it?
Oh, just go kick it up or some.
Can we just throw her on it?
Yeah, if
I'm gonna incite her kicking on it.
you don't think
Yeah,
she's
That
lying.
one's a lot lower. I don't
Yeah, you don't think
she's
so.
lying. Okay.
Yeah. I'll go over and mess it up.
Alrighty.
Oh.
I peek around the corner as he does.
Alright, you go to try and mess it up, and even though you're trying to, it's not quite working. As you're looking at it, roll either Arcana or Religion. Whichever you happen to have, or either one you want.
Well, either way, it ain't gonna turn out well, so we'll see.
Darn it. I'll take a look at it too.
Yeah, you're
So
not
I'll
quite,
leave-
Gerhardt, you're not quite sure how to make it stop.
Yeah, this kind of magic is not my expertise.
I'll take a look at
All
it
right.
then. So you said religion?
Yeah, Religion or Arcana, whichever one.
Alright, religion it is. What the hell? I know nothing.
You are not familiar with this. They didn't teach you about this in back at the conclave.
Oh, you
Based
wait a
on
sec-
that roll,
wait.
we didn't
I
teach
can-
her about that.
yeah, I was about to say, can I do religion
Yes.
2 on it? Since...
I'm guidancing him.
All right.
Uh,
Yeah, add a
Okay.
D4 to that from the guidance, Panda.
D4.
Yeah,
Yeah, just one D4.
Can I guidance him too? I have guidance as well.
Sadly, it will not stack.
Guidance can't stick.
All right,
What was
15.
that?
you start to understand that the power comes from a very dark place, not one that the conclave taps into, and yet it has something very foreign to it.
Evil.
Yeah, but you do recognize that there are some common sort of runes and things in it that make it a little more understandable, kind of like a baseline of sorts. And by tampering with some of those, you manage to successfully disable the circle. It starts to slowly fade from sight, and then wisps of smoke begin to rise, and it goes completely dark.
Good job.
All right, Mytha, what are you doing?
Are we killing her yet?
I was gonna just decapitate her once we're ready.
Go right ahead.
Alright,
I'm ready. Go ahead.
I cut her head off.
Oh, but couldn't we like turn her into the authorities in town?
I don't trust her ability to just not escape on him.
All right, Gideon, as you're raising your blade up, you start to swing, and she says, "That's not all the undead. Do you stop or do you keep swinging?
I mean, we kind of figured that would be, like, more undead everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And then I look at her and say, "Is there something that you can tell us? Is there some that we're not seeing?"
Oh, they're in the midst of a big project somewhere further that way, and she kind of points in a sort of eastern direction from the graveyard. Did you not
So
know
maybe
that
they're
there
on
was a
rampage.
dragon burial site over that way?
Oh no.
No, I didn't, but,
I'm going
that's
home,
not very
guys.
surprising based on how our lives are going.
Now, I haven't heard anything yet, but I have only heard letters from this associate of ours named Agrid. He's new, but he's been very helpful in unearthing this perfect specimen. Calorel was very adamant that it go off without a hitch.
Why would you bury a dragon?
Ravnica's been around for ages. It could have just simply collapsed on it.
It's fair.
I want to know why she's telling us this.
Yeah.
I think
Do
she
you
thinks
want
that
to
we
be
can't do anything to
spared,
stop
or
it.
do you want us to kill you?
I want to see how everything goes down. If there's anything about us in the Rakdos, we love a good show. And Calorel seems to be able to do exactly that.
Have you told us everything you know?
Well, what don't you know?
I don't know because I don't know.
She kind of laughs at your confused face.
How many people are trying to res this dragon skeleton thing?
Well, once they're done once they're done unearthing it, it'll take a small ritual. Calorel himself might even come out to do it. Or are you trying to roll insight, or are you just looking around for something?
Oh, I was just looking. I was looking to perceive anything inside here. That seems interesting.
It's mostly dead stuff that was not affected
So-
yet by the circle.
She's pretty much told us everything she can tell us, I think, at this point, right, guys?
I mean, you can roll another insight on it if you'd like.
For the room.
Yay! I have a crazy low insight.
Also, guidance on that.
On mine? Or on yours?
On mine, since
It's one higher, that makes sense.
Alrighty. Janelle, you get the sense that she definitely doesn't want to die if for no other reason than just to watch the conflict that's about to come.
I can't condone that.
Yeah, so,
Go ahead and swing your sword.
yeah, I just decapitate her.
It was fun while it lasted, and then you slice her head off. And as
Good
her head
riddance.
rolls over, there's like this kind of wistful smile frozen on her face, and her body goes limp.
Somebody get that rope back.
Hmm.
Good rope.
What would you like to do now?
Not it.
Guess we have to head east.
I grab the rope.
Alrighty.
And then I want to burn the body.
Alright. You
That actually makes sense.
You
Yeah.
set it on fire.
Oh my god.
The body
Holy
I can roll for the night.
Yep.
Panda, you gotta
bursts
stop
into
this.
flames, and you aim at the skull and do likewise. But even the skull has this sort of flex to it that implies a smile is still etched into the face.
I crush it under my hoof. Or my foot.
Holy hell, dude.
You crush it
As
into
I
dust.
As I look back to see Andros doing this, I'm like, "You okay, bud?"
Yep, and I walk away.
All right.
Denali is very impressed with Andros.
Are you guys gonna just go head straight out that way, or are you gonna take a short rest, or what?
I mean, I'm the only one who's injured, and I'm honestly fine with my temp HP. I've got 22 total with my temp HP.
I can't do turn undead unless we do a short rest.
Ah, we should probably do a short rest then, because that was the only thing that let us win the hit.
Nah, this would have been easy without it.
Look, I don't appreciate your sarcasm to this extent. It was too strong.
So short rest, or what?
Be
Yeah,
subtle
yes.
with it.
Sorry. Short rest, I guess. That way I can get my channel divinity back.
Alrighty.
There, I'm at max.
So, you sit about the graveyard. The air starts to resume its normal kind of tension. It doesn't feel like you're trying to push through water. Everything feels much more peaceful. Birds are starting to return to the trees, albeit they are just ravens.
Okay. Ravens are great.
And even one vulture starts to pick at some of the hands, kind of happily.
Good for it.
Alrighty.
Yay, channel divinity is back.
As you rest and then proceed in the direction pointed by the elf maiden of Arachnos, you go up and across various ruined patches of Ravnica. Occasionally you'll come stepping onto a platform that was once the top of a building, but has now been leveled into rubble due to the various worm activities. And after about 30 minutes of walking, you come across a crater. A steep-sided crater punctures the wilderness. Near the center of the depression, several humanoid figures cluster around a collection of bones. Two small crocodilian creatures near the crater's rim stand alert and stare at your approach. On the far side of the crater, a sinister apparition presides over the gathering.
Those fucking crocodiles?
Oh my god. Do we see what all these are?
Do you see what all of what are? Yes, you see a creature that you are entirely unfamiliar with standing right there. It looks to be like a very diminutive elf. Though you recognize it almost immediately, Gideon, as that is a gnome of some sort.
That word that nobody can pronounce.
Sverfneblin.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. That's too much.
Ben can do it.
Gerhardt.
I'm not. Damn it.
Amongst
What?
the rather rough-looking humans standing at the crater, you see one poor gentleman tied up next to a rock. An elderly gentleman in rough and torn blue and green robes, who suddenly locks eyes with you and goes wide-eyed. He's gagged, and as soon as he sees you, he starts and trying to wiggle his way towards you.
I'll try to shush him and let's see.
Which one is that?
I think that's my mentor.
You do recognize him. That is Dovan Stahl. Oh, and the spectral figure is way over here. And Gideon, you in particular recognize that perfectly. That is an Orzhov indentured spirit.
I relay that info.
What would you like to do?
So
Leave him.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, and you do see some form of draconic bones in this crater here.
Well,
if you want to sneak first, you better leave me and Andros behind.
well, now I know why my mentor went missing for 3 months.
Should come back and grind for some EXP.
Until we cross that line, the cutscene won't play.
Oh, Agrid definitely notices you, as does the spirit. They're all looking at you.
Just
So-
passing through, guys. See ya.
Bye. This is a mistake. So, do they all see
Yeah,
us?
they all see you as you're approaching.
Uh-oh.
The
Boy.
crocodiles growl
guys.
angrily. And the workers are holding their weapons, and they stare in your direction. And Agrid tries to say to you, "Oh, wait, don't go."
What?
Yes, please, we could use a few extra strong hands to help us with our excavation. I can pay you. How does 25 gold each sound to help us dig out this great specimen we found?
Pretty good to me.
Who's the guy you've got tied up?
No one. Don't worry about him.
I disagree. No. I think you should let him go.
It just gets so hot out here. He's having a little bit of a heat stroke. It's all we had to do is tie him up. None of us have healing magic. I would have helped him.
Oh, well, I have healing magic if you'd like to let him go and send him over
You
here.
can come down and get him. We're very busy at the moment.
I look around at everyone just staring at us and not really doing work.
So, what are you gonna do?
I mean, 25 gold's a lot.
Sweetheart Gold sounds wonderful.
Okay, so you guys are just gonna abandon my mentor for 20. I see how you did. Okay.
Listen, it's a trick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll insight on him.
He's broke.
Can I see the money?
Yeah, come down here.
No, just show me a bag
And
of
he
gold.
picks up this sack from his belt and shakes it.
Take some of the gold out of it and show me it.
He kind of hesitates, and then he pulls out, and it's just a bunch of different bones.
I don't smell gold.
Yeah, you do not smell gold.
Okay, Andros.
Alright, fine. If you want this guy back so badly, you're gonna have to come and get him. Otherwise, beat it.
Okay.
And we all walk away.
No, we should probably save his mentor.
I guess.
Alright. You just wait until we need to do something for you guys, and I'm just like, I guess I can heal you. I don't know.
I have to help because I'm lawful good.
I'm lawful neutral, so I'm like,
I'm
I
also
guess.
neutral. We should probably do this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's either this or they resurrect a dragon, so, you know.
Yeah, we don't want that to happen either. It won't. Oh, oops. I keep forgetting to just click her.
Alrighty, Gerhardt. It's your move. What will you do?
Alright.
It's the worst.
I'll yell, don't worry, Master, we're coming down to help you. And I will frostbite this first.
Alright. Oh, you suddenly, you just arc your hand across the air, and as you motion, he kind of ices over and shivers quite a bit and seems lethargic.
And that will be it.
Alrighty. The rest of these folks are going to rush your way.
Are these branches?
Yeah, those
like,
are
along
difficult
on them?
terrain. Those are roots and things.
Okay.
All right, Gideon, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna cast Hex on this one, as in the actual spell
Alrighty.
Hex. Pump. Okay, it's actually. Yeah. And I will make that to be disadvantage on, I guess, like, let's just say dexterity ability
Alrighty.
checks. That seems like a swell idea.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'm going to attack
Roll it.
her. Punk. Noise.
That actually does hit.
Oh, alright, well.
You thrust your blade into the man's chest as he unexpectedly looks at the wound and then falls limp.
So
Yep.
he died from that? I was gonna say I have hex damage, but whatever. Fuck me, I guess, right?
Alright, Agrid moves towards you. And he gets about there, and he takes the dodge action. Janali, what do you want to do?
Oh boy. Darn it, I really wanted to charge this one, but I don't want to take any opportunity attack.
Hey, maybe
Alright,
maybe
I
they
guess.
won't hit you.
Yeah, I don't want to take that. Alright, so I'm just gonna take out my light crossbow for right now and shoot it.
Alrighty, roll it.
Nope, wrong one. Wrong one. What? How?
You hit. Okay, so you will deal at least 1 point of damage, but you
Okay.
definitely hit with the crossbow.
Sorry, the thing is still bad. Dang.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm putting that away. I'm just gonna charge it from now on.
Alrighty. Next is the indentured spirit. It rises from its space and floats directly towards you. Dashing to get right about there. Mitha, what will you do?
I don't like that thing. Oh,
Alrighty,
shit.
roll it.
It's creepy.
Yeah, those are the things you've seen hovering around the Orzhov Syndicate.
I'm guessing it's not considered undead.
Oh, it is very undead. Alright, you fire an arrow. It flies through it. And you see it kind of jilt a little bit. But it seems less phased by your arrow than you would have liked.
Okay.
Andros, what do you want to do?
I'm going to shoot a fireball at the spirit.
Alrighty.
Oh, sorry. Forgot to take that off.
Your firebolt misses as the spirit swivels around it, completely dodging it out of the way.
Aim.
Alrighty. Now, the crocodiles lumber forward. This one, who is frostbitten, gets to about there, and this one dashes forward and gets to about here. They are not great on land, and that's all they can do. Gerhardt, what would you like to do?
Let's see here. Oh, shoot. Let me see what I can cover here. Because I may have a spell in mind. Nope. No, what if I center it there? Okay, I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire centered on that square.
Alright, so you want to get, you're trying to get these three here?
Yeah, the servant
yeah.
and the two crocs and the one right
Alright.
here.
Alright, we'll start with the commoner.
Oh yeah, DC 13.
The commoner manages to dodge out of the way. The spirit?
Yep.
And now for the crocodiles.
I'm just gonna play fighters from now on.
All of them roll out of the way of your flames. Anything else?
No.
Alright. This commoner will hop forward and move around as best as it can, and is kind of stuck there, but will dash to get next to Andros. This one's going to scurry around, rush up that way, and right up to Mitha. He rears back and clubs you. Unsuccessfully. And the last one dashes up to get there. Gideon, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna switch my hex to the alligator as a bonus
Alrighty.
action. And then I'm gonna attack him. Magnificent.
Alright, well, the crocodile rolls out of the way of your strike just in time and prepares to snap back at you angrily. Agrid.
We're just rolling real bad, guys.
They're not very agile on land. Also, they're very agile on land, apparently.
No, you're just too slow on the hit.
Yeah, apparently.
All right. As Agrid gets close to you, Gideon, he takes out a dart and flicks it. Ooh. You take 4 points of piercing damage and roll a Constitution saving throw.
Come on, dude.
You succeed. You are not poisoned. Now roll one for your concentration on Hex.
Yep.
Come on.
Ah, there you go. You maintain your concentration on the spell. And now it is Janali's turn. What will you do?
I guess I'm just going to swing at the Saladriel.
Alrighty, roll it. Oh, you bash it upside the head. You hear a loud thunk, and it gives you that guttural growl.
I think that's all I'm allowed to do.
Alrighty. The spirit. The spirit will float around past Andros and all the way over past Gerhardt to Mitha. Yep.
Does it take an opportunity?
It does. It takes an opportunity attack from both Gerhardt and Andros.
Alright,
Eat it. Yep.
You both manage to hit it.
Oh.
And when you go for it, it's this cold, almost mist-like form. Somewhere, it feels at first kind of like it's squishy, and then you kind of push your way into it just a little bit.
after my hit, I pull back, shudder a little bit, and like shake my hand.
Mitha, the spirit reaches out for you. Ooh. Yep. You feel it grab at your insides. Okay, you only take the 6 damage, you don't take the extra 3. That's for the crit. And it's your turn, Mitha.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go with...
Now,
Get rid of him first.
now
or try to-
remember... Okay, good. Yes, that hits, and with a quick strike of your short sword, you manage to kill him.
Yay! That's all I can do for now.
Your yep, that's right. You can't reach the other guy, eh? Alright. Andros, what are you gonna do?
Thunder Wave is in.
Yeah, Thunderwave is a 15-foot, like a square that's adjacent to you. So yeah, you can get the gator and the other person.
Okay, yep, well, I'm gonna do Thunder Wave.
Alrighty, roll it.
What level?
First level. You only have access to first level spells right now, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a decent roll.
Don't pass it. Don't pass it.
The crocodile fails.
Gets pushed back then.
The commoner fails. The commoner goes limp as it's suddenly propelled into branches and impaled on their wooden form.
For fuck's sake, Andros.
The
Good
crocodile
job.
takes the 9 points of damage and is likewise flung up onto the displaced trees and wood. Okay, so you're a storm sorcerer, so now that you've cast a first level spell, I believe you can you can use a bonus action to fly 10 feet without provoking an opportunity attack. Would you like to go anywhere?
Where to go? 10 feet movement. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I'll fly over to the.
Alrighty.
Be like, I can fly too.
Alright.
That's
This crocodile will just try and move forward. That's 10 because it's on difficult terrain. And that's 15. And then there is its 20. And it rises up to snap at Gerhardt. The second crocodile will snap at Gideon. So Gerhardt first.
Oh, it's got me.
Ouch.
You take 12 points of damage, and you are grappled in its jaws as it shakes its head back and
That's-
forth.
Holy crap, that's half of my health.
Ouch.
Gideon, here comes your strike.
Okay.
It misses. And now we're back to you, Gerhardt. What would you like to do?
Die. Well, I guess I'll try and escape. What roll is that? That is DC 12, but
Oh, right.
is it Dex
Oh,
save, Strength save? What?
It's either athletics or acrobatics, whichever you'd like.
I'll do acrobatics. Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of stuck.
Oh, you got it.
Let's see. Yeah, you are stuck there.
I don't suppose wild shaping while in his grip is going to be much help.
Depends on what you turn into.
Hmm.
Turn into a mouse and he swallows you and you die.
Yeah, that would be good. Sorry, Dovenstall. I just don't care anymore.
That it?
Yeah, I think that was my action anyway.
All right. Looks like the last commoner hops up to try and bash Mitha. Missing. Gideon, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna just swing at the alligator again.
All right, you flourish your sword and lunge for it. 9 points of damage. It is not looking good.
And like, what exactly is the terrain?
Yeah,
around
that
here?
is that's like an elevated. That's an incline, a very tall incline. You'll have to roll athletics to climb it.
So. Oh, alright, never mind then. I was gonna say to walk over
Mhm.
like here. Yeah, I don't want to roll athletics. I don't trust myself to not fumble and just roll underneath the crocodile.
Yeah.
All right. Agrid continues to move towards you, pulling out another dart. You can't win here. Only we can win here. We'll just add you to Calarel's army.
I'd like to make a formal request to have you stop talking.
He flings the dart and he misses you, Gideon. Janali, what are you gonna do?
Well, first off, what's that name that you just said?
Calarel.
Okay. I'll call him Cal. Alright, so is this alligator still
Yep,
holding
that
on to
alligator
him?
is still alive. It's not doing great. This one is looking a little worse than that one, but they're both looking pretty bad.
And I can hit
Yeah,
this
you
one
can hit
here.
either one of them from there.
Yeah, I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help
Yeah,
him
help
out.
Gerhardt.
Yes, please.
God, what are these rolls?
The
Yeah,
game
no,
wants
I,
me to die.
I'm sorry.
Who am I to turn it down?
So let's see. How
I'm
does
sorry.
your bonus action thing work again? What is that? Guided strike?
Yeah, guided strike. Where is it? Turn into guided strike.
Doesn't that add like plus 10? To...
Yeah, but I can only use it one time.
All right.
Yeah, that 3 bludgeoning damage might not be worth it.
It's not worth it. If it was like 12, then yeah. But
Anything
3,
else?
There's no. That was my action. I don't have any bonus.
You don't have like healing word or anything?
Is that a bonus
Yep,
action?
that spell is a bonus action.
Oh no, I only have. Oh yeah, healing word. All right, so who's super badly injured him? Yeah.
Yeah, the guy in the crocodile
Gerhard.
teeth is probably pretty severely injured.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a
Gerhard
real
down.
bad roll as well. So
Well,
sorry.
that's 3 more hit
It's
points.
something. Thank you.
I'm down a slot. Okay.
I'm not at half health anymore, so you know.
I mean, you will be.
All right, the spirit once again reaches out into, like, it physically tries to reach into your chest, Mitha. The cold hand,
Horrifying.
but it misses as you like flip way back over out of the way, like, oh, nope, 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 nope.
Nope, nope, nope.
And now it's your move. What would you like to do?
Go, Mitha.
I am gonna go for this one down.
All right,
here.
roll it. That is a miss, but it is adjacent to the other spirit, so you have your weapon thing.
Oh, yes, I could. Oh. Alright, guys. Have a good night. I'm just gonna call it here.
Andros,
I should be calling it here, but I.
Andros, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna firebolt the
Okay, now
gear.
you'll be at disadvantage because you're in melee reach of the spirit there. Yeah, because it's a ranged. Because it's a ranged spell attack.
If you got anything with that has a save instead of a ranged attack roll, you wouldn't have disadvantage on that one.
Wait, what?
If you have
If
any
you have a
attacks
spell that has
yeah.
a saving throw rather than an attack roll, that's a better option because you don't have to worry about disadvantage in open combat.
Or you know, you can just pop the spirit. I'll just transform into a chicken next turn.
Yeah, you could move down
That's
and then
completely-
do thunderclap and be
You
okay.
want, do it.
Yeah.
Or you could throw another thunderwave on the crocodile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but wouldn't that hit Gerhard too?
Yeah, you can aim it. You can aim the thunderwave so that it's like the corner of it is just below him.
It'd probably still pull me with him, but
Oh no, like if the force movement breaks stuff like that.
Yeah, force movement
Oh.
breaks grapple.
Okay, then I
Ooh,
shall
what?
do Thunderwave on the gator.
Yes.
Unless it specifies otherwise, any forced movement breaks grapple.
good to know.
Alright, Thunderwave on the gator.
Oh. He passed. He takes half damage, so he's not flung back. But you rolled exactly the amount to kill him, just with half damage.
Oh, thank you.
Yay!
And you can bonus action float somewhere else if you'd like, because of your thing.
Yeah, since I'm all floaty right now, I am going to.
You can't go too far because even if that happens, he still takes an
Like
opportunity
his special
attack,
feature,
right?
it's a special feature. He doesn't provoke opportunity attacks with this little burst of movement.
Oh,
Yep.
good on ya.
I'm going to move back to where. No. Dang it.
All I can say is possibly give me some room because I'm probably going to turn into a big chicken.
Okay. I will move. I'll move here just so I can do some range
Alrighty.
attacks.
There you go.
The one crocodile is now. It looks like something just bashed it. And it popped in some kind of fashion. Like its innards are just like a pinata. The other crocodile is going to lunge for Gideon. Its jaws open and it leaps forward.
On the dot.
You take 10 points of damage. Roll your constitution save for concentration.
got this.
Haha, you made it.
Oh,
Yeah, you got this.
Giddy or Gerhardt,
Oh, yeah,
you
you
are
did.
free of your crocodile.
good.
You have kind of a row of teeth along your legs,
Ow.
but you're all right.
Alright. Well, I'm assuming with me being. Well. I probably. Was I? Frightened?
No.
Okay. I'll just shake his teeth off of my leg and. Anyone need help before I do anything else?
Hmm.
Alright.
I think you're the only one.
Alright, well, I'll healing word myself first.
Alrighty.
It's something.
Indeed it is.
And I will use a bonus action to turn myself into a. XP.
Alright, go for it. Let's see, do you have the image for that, or am I going to have to get it?
I don't think we used an image. I think you just made my guy a 2x2.
Okay, yeah.
You've usually just been making his token.
Alright, there you go.
We'll probably do that later
Yay.
after we're done. Look for some
Alright,
images or
the
something.
commoner is going to swing once more at Mitha. Why won't you fall? You take 1 point of damage from the club. The extra force from the crit. So don't worry about that. Gideon, what do you want to do?
I guess attempt to break out of this.
Alright,
area
roll it.
with my fantastic 3.
You are free.
Neat.
Good job.
Yep. Eventful turn.
Alright,
Mhm.
Agrid is going to move over. And he's going to flick another dart at you.
He really doesn't like you.
I don't like him either.
And he missed. Janali, it's your move. There's a crocodile between you and your irritating little gnomish adversary. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna try to kill this.
Alright,
Stupid cop.
roll it.
What the? For 7, do I really want to use it?
I will tell you, he looks very badly injured.
Yeah, let's just do the stupid guided strike. Might as well.
And that's a +10 to your roll.
Yep.
And as you are about to miss, you kind of feel it in your bones, in your very heart. And then you reach out to the Selesnya Conclave and the World Tree, and you feel its divine guidance empower you. And as you are emboldened, you kind of lunge forward just a few millimeters and make an impact with the croc when it otherwise would have turned its head away, and you bash its face into the ground, and it stops moving.
Hell yeah.
Alright, you gonna move anywhere?
Now that I don't get an opportunity attack, I will. Yeah, I'll move in front of.
Alright. Mitha, the spirit lunges for you.
You got this, Nita.
I know it kind of likes me, huh?
It does.
It has missed you. And now it's your move, Mitha.
I think it's just playing. Well, let's go for
All
this
right,
guy again.
roll it.
Since obviously, nothing's happened with the spirit thing so far.
With a quick strike, you stab him, and he dies.
Yay, death!
Alright. And you do still get your other thing on the other one.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
Your
I
Horde
keep
Breaker,
forgetting
isn't that right? Oh! There we go!
Yeah!
Please kill it.
And just as you leap back from it, you spin around midair, and like a whirling death top, just slice into it multiple times on the on your descent. That does not kill it, however. It is still alive.
That's okay. I'm still happy with that.
Oh yeah.
Andros, what do you want to do? The spirit is finally starting to look worn down, and you recognize it as well because you died with Gideon, and you spent some time with the Orzhov Syndicate.
I'm gonna move right here, and I'm gonna shoot it with.
All right,
fireball.
roll it. All right, your bolt of flame impacts it, and then you see it wobble left and right. It is just barely hanging on. Gerhardt, your move. You are a giant chicken. What are you gonna do?
I am going to strike it with my beak.
You rear back and fling your face forward like a catapult being launched. You don't even have to roll damage. It had 1 hit point left. You kill it.
Good.
As you slash it,
Okay.
its robes kind of part halfway down the middle. It begins to fade into a sort of black mist that has kind of a light coming from it.
All right. Let's see. This right here immediately above me isn't difficult
No.
terrain, right?
Yeah.
Just, like to the right. Okay. I'm going to move to 25. That'll be 35 feet.
Alrighty. You're behind the gnome, who is suddenly looking very, rather perturbed.
Could you move the gator, Ben, so I can see the area a little better? This one right here. Just there, thank you. Awesome.
Alright. And now it's your move, Gideon.
Transferring that hex again.
Alright. Hex transferred.
Ah,
Agrid whips around and looks very nervous. And it is going to wave its hands around a little bit. And all of a sudden, it gets very blurry.
What does? Who does?
Agrid does. Yeah, any attack you make against him now has disadvantage because he is literally a blur.
What a coward.
That's gonna be rough.
Janali, it's your move.
I'm gonna try to miss
Alright,
it.
roll it. He dodges out of the way. You think you clipped his shoulder, but you pass through it like a mist.
God dang.
Mitha, you are free of the indentured spirit. What do you do next?
I am gonna come right up here on this little ledge and shoot.
Alright,
the blur.
roll it.
You
Yep,
said
disadvantage.
Don't you have Hunter Strike?
Dang, that piercing was real good too.
Sadly, you have missed.
Do
Andros, it's your
Sunday.
move. What will you do?
Alright, I am going to move.
Alrighty.
And I'm gonna shoot a fireball at it with disadvantage.
Yep, with disadvantage. Roll it.
Fireball.
Oh, even with
Yeah.
the 15, you still managed to hit. 7 points of damage to him. You see him audibly in pain, and he has to make a concentration check for this spell. The
Thank
DC is
God.
10, and he fails.
Yes!
Oh, he starts to look back to normal. Gerhardt, what do you want to do?
Let's strike him.
Alrighty.
Is it still
No, he
blurred, or
failed
did
his
it
concentration
unblur?
check. He is absolutely, completely visible. And you
Alright.
just bashed him in the shoulder with your beak.
Awesome. Let's see that is 1d8 plus 2. I'm gonna make some macros for this while everyone else is
Alrighty.
going.
You feel his shoulder begin to break beneath your beak, but he is still standing. Gideon, it's your move.
On Gideon.
Just fucking.
And that he does. With one final strike of your sword, he is on his knees. You lunge forward, stab him in the throat.
Yeah, I swing at his arm and then I kick him and impale him on a tree.
Oh, awesome. You
And then I look back at Andros and I be like, I give him a thumbs up. Yep, we did it.
I gave you a thumbs back.
Agrid
Thumbs up.
is dead.
Check his body.
Alrighty. You start rummaging around in the bodies of these creatures. They all have Rakdos emblems. Let's see. All together, they have 65 gold pieces and 13 silver pieces.
Who does the treasure in this one? Do I do the treasure? I do.
If you-
No. What was it? I totally forgot. what you said.
65 gold and 13 silver.
Gotcha.
You also find a what looks to be like kind of an art object, a mirror that has draconic flourishes on it. It's about it's about the size of a hand mirror, and it is worth 550 gold pieces. And on him, you see an amulet.
Anybody in this party have identified?
I actually have detect magic.
You want to cast it?
I'll cast that.
It is definitely magical. It has some sort of protective property to it.
It's a amulet of butt cheeks.
I'll let you
Nice.
roll, like, as you're kind of tampering with it. Are you just going to go ahead and take, like, a short rest with it?
I was going to, yes, knowing that it's magic
Yeah.
now.
You identify it as an amulet of health.
I don't actually remember what one that is.
I believe that's the one that makes your Constitution 19 when you attune to it.
Is it
good.
that?
I think so.
Nope. Actually, that might be the.
Yeah, you
I'll
look.
Well, that literally won't change my constitution.
Yeah,
score
you
at
look
all,
that
so-
up. And while you're opening
Who
it,
has the lowest? It is that one. I
it
just
is that
looked
one.
up.
Okay.
So who here has the lowest constitution score?
Probably either me or Andros.
Andros has 16. He's pretty good.
Oh.
I'm-
Mine's 15.
I'm 15.
Mitha?
I'm 10.
Oh my gosh, it's going to
Okay,
Letha.
yeah, you're taking it.
You take it.
Holy hell. Jess, you fool. Why would you take a low constitution score in Ben's game?
I had real bad rolls.
Oh, that's right. I convinced you to roll. I forgot.
Oh, and inside is a picture of the man who is tied up down there at the bottom, and an older woman about his age standing with him, and kind of this quaint little picture.
Oh, so it's an amulet, and we're just kind of totally not stealing it, right?
And then while you're all doing that, you see the man crawling towards
Yeah,
you.
I'm gonna run over and I'm gonna shapeshift back in on time.
I thought you were gonna like stay a giant chicken and
And
Chop
okay.
it, yeah. No.
And you see Dovin kind of leaning on you in this kind of half hug, half sort of just flopped over you. I never thought I'd make it out alive. I just wanted to observe the bones I'd heard about. I thought the Combine could use them, maybe bring back a long-lost variety of dragon. I didn't expect this to happen.
Did they take any of them?
Take any of what?
Or did they take any bones, or are they all here?
We just got it uncovered. And then they betrayed me.
I look at the bones.
Oh, you're looking at the bones, Panda?
Yeah.
Yes, it looks completely true that the bones have just recently been begun to be unearthed, and it is a draconic figure.
Can someone give me the stats on that thing again?
just set your Constitution score to 19.
Okay, thanks.
Well, we should probably recover these bones to make sure they can't use them for whatever they were planning.
They should be destroyed.
You think? Because I kind of feel like my people would like to use them and bring back some awesome dragons.
Look at what they were going to do with them, though.
Yeah, but they were gonna make him an evil dragon undead lich thingy.
Alright.
I'm just gonna splice people with dragon DNA. That doesn't seem so bad, does it? I mean, purely for conservation.
Mm-hmm.
So let's seeing people like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does your trainer think now? Does he think it's safe to leave them in condition?
I guess we should ask Dovin what he thinks we should do.
I don't think it's safe.
I didn't come out here just to be bamboozled. I still want those bones.
Whatever comes of it lies on you, then.
That's fine.
And we're gonna keep that amulet.
Very well. I was retiring soon anyway. I don't need the extra power.
Alright, yeah. Then Mitha gets it for sure. She
This
could
seems to
use
be a
that
fair
count.
deal.
That's like what? That's like about to increase your HP by like 12, isn't it, Jess?
Oh yeah, those
Um,
HP
is
changes
it?
are
Yeah,
retroactive.
I mean,
If
it's
you change if your
so-
constitution goes up or down, your hit points retroactively changes. So you add your constitution
Yeah.
modifier when you gain hit points, and now it's changing. So you add it in as if
So-
you'd had it.
Yeah, if you're level 3 and your con has been +0 the whole time, it's now going to like count as
369,
level
yeah.
with +4.
You're gonna have an extra 9 health.
And that's from here on out, not previous, correct?
No, it's previous. It's
No, including
It's
previous.
every level ever.
Oh,
Constitution's retroactive.
yeah. So you gain 4 hit points for every level you have.
So
cool.
yeah, that should be another 12 HP for you.
Yay! I'm up to 32 now.
Dang.
Oh yeah.
I'm only at 18.
We're both only level 2 still though.
All right. You guys
yeah.
want to call it here then? Yeah,
Yes.
this is a good place to
Sure.
call it. All right. I'll give you guys experience real quick. What do you think about all of these turns of events?
They make me the big sad.
I mean, I'm just big sad about our rolls.
Yeah, I'm big sad about our rolls for sure too.
Well, I'm just glad I finally found my mentor.
I'm glad I haven't died.
Yeah, that too. It was looking close there.
Yeah.
All those bad rolls, they add up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Our horse lady came in clutch. Whatever her name is.
Denali.
I prefer.
But I like horse lady. If anything, you can call me Jen.
Yeah, I like horse lady.
So since I have insight into something lost to history, and it seems to be related to draconic. This is gonna interest me some.
Yeah, you wanna try and research it a little bit.
Should.
Sure. Do I need to roll for that?
Yeah, roll history, and I'll give you advantage on this.
Okay.
Oh, I'll give him guidance.
Boy, I wish we could double guidance.
All right. Yeah.
Roll
1d4.
1d4.
Okay.
Yay.
This particular dragon skeleton does not match any known form throughout the history of Ravnica.
Ooh.
Well, then
Dun
we should.
dun dun.
Interesting.
Must not be from our realm.
Well, I definitely want to see it brought back.
Turns out to be Godzilla.
Yes.
That's a death I welcome with open arms.
Yeah, I would be okay with that.
Alright, Ben, give us that EXP so I can be just on the cusp of level
All
up
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not even
Let's see.
close.
There's 5 of you here tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
One moment. I got to figure out quest experience because you did indeed. You actually completed 2 quests. You finding the guy and taking care of the graveyard.
And I was gonna say, and realizing that the true treasure is the friends we made along the way.
That too. And also realizing the horse lady is badass.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, the other team didn't have a horse on their team, so if you really look at it, like, it's obvious what the reasoning is there.
Very. I mean, they did. Not this one, but the other one had 2 horses, and you know they were taken
But-
down real fast.
Those weren't horse ladies; those were just zombie horses.
That's very true.
Yeah,
Very
if you
different.
really look at it, we have a horse that is also a lady, so
That just it's a plus like.
All
20
right.
there.
For all of this tonight, you each receive 508 experience.
oh good god,
Yeah, I leveled up.
yeah, definitely.
Leveled up. Yay.
And
So that's everybody's level 3, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I barely entered level 3.
fantastic.
500,
508.
Right, now I'm at 22.
Yeah, but I get a lot of stuff this level, so I get my my racial ability to vomit light on everyone.
Excellent.
Sounds
All right. Thank everyone out there for.
You have a lot of odd words you're using to describe stuff tonight, but I like it.
Thanks everyone out there for watching. Please remember once again to chill touch that like button, subscribe to join the Skeleton Crew, and if you enjoyed this content, please check out the links in the description below. It really helps us out. Say goodbye, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.